Resident Evil 2 has finally been released from Capcom. This is a remake of the 1998 game of the same title. There was originally a remake of the first Resident Evil that was released at GameCube and had great success, but despite this game's success, there was no subsequent remake of the sequel until now. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I love this series. The survival horror aspect is always one of my favorite themes in video games. And this one in particular, I was equally excited for and concerned, because I really didn't want them to tarnish the original. I didn't want to play some revamped version of it that didn't understand why the original is so good, but I was excited to see that they had changed certain things. There's no longer tank controls. This is a third-person perspective rather than fixed camera angles, which changes the way that zombies can scare you, because in the original Resident Evil games, those fixed camera angles obscured things that were in the corner because you couldn't look there, and a zombie would just start walking towards you, and it's like this horrific moment. But without the fixed camera angles, they had to go in and really play around with the lighting and the positioning of people throughout rooms. Also, as I played this game, something that continuously got on my nerves, in a good way, is that you will kill a zombie, at least you think you do, and that motherfucker just comes right back to life. Sometimes you'll kill him, he's dead, you leave the room, you come back hours later and this motherfucker pops out of the corner, and it's just, it's horrible. And I loved it. With this game, you can play as either Claire or Leon, and both characters offer a different perspective to the game, which gives you a very immersive feeling to the world created here. I played as Claire in my first playthrough, and that's the playthrough that I'm reviewing. I'm still going to go and play as Leon, but I felt that playing all the way through the game as one of them was sufficient enough to talk about the game's worth. She finds herself in the famed Raccoon City, where an outbreak has occurred, and this viral infection has spread, zombies are everywhere, and she eventually gets trapped in a police station, an old museum that was converted into a police station, and so there's tons of rooms, things underground, things above ground, and there's so many rooms to explore, so many things to do, and I found myself getting really invested in it. I had such a great time playing this. Whenever I buy a new game, I always stare at it and I think, this costs $60. Just please be good. Just make me happy. Just make me feel good about life. Just give that to me. And about an hour into the game, I sat there and I said, God damn! This game is good! I am satisfied! I got so into the game, I didn't want to do much of anything else. And it's funny because the game doesn't waste too much time with cutscenes or elaborate story. It just really wants you to have a blast. And it wants you to feel like you're in this environment. And the best Resident Evil games are just like that. They create an immersive feeling in the atmosphere, the locale. You just really feel like you're there, and you don't really feel like leaving. You just want to keep exploring and learning things and solving puzzles. And some of them are really ingenious, actually. I had a great time with the game. It's very faithful in certain ways to the original, but the things that have been altered, loved it. I feel like they've improved it, actually. And while the game isn't action-heavy per se, like, say, Resident Evil 4, which is probably my favorite of the more action-centric Resident Evil titles, there is a considerable amount of combat. It's just that you have to conserve ammo very carefully, and there's a lot of weapons that I had a really fun time with, like the spark shot. Frying zombies with that was highly satisfying in an almost disturbing way, and I'm fine with that. I also love the way Claire reacted to zombies when she was trying to kill them. She would be like, "What the fuck? What's your problem, asshole?" That's what I'd say to a zombie too, if I was trying to shoot it in the head.
Seriously?
Seriously though, I liked her character a lot. She brought a levity to a lot of the situations. When she slides down this hill that's filled with shit and water and just filth in a sewer, she's like, oh my God, this fucking sucks. It's just, I love it. I love the fact that they made her very real. You know, like, obviously in real life, most people would probably just be fleeing the area and screaming and everything, but she's diving into these situations, which makes you like the character even more. But I just like that she had such an air of comedy to her. The game is also good at making you care, because eventually you come across a young girl named Sherry that you have to protect, and it's not annoying. It's not like she's a sidekick that, you know, if she gets killed next to you or something, it's game over and you have to restart. She doesn't follow you around for a while. You even get a chance to play as her briefly. Now, it's at this point in the review that I have to talk about something very traumatizing. That being the tyrant known as Mr. X. What the fuck, bro? Leave me alone. Jesus Christ, this guy just walks through and it's horrifying. You know, you're walking through various rooms and you can hear him stalking you through the floors, through the walls, and then he just pops out. And you can't fucking kill him. And for new players, I would highly recommend not wasting your ammo on him. Just get the fuck out. Just go away from wherever he is, and you will be happier. Trust me. The game has a great way of making you feel panicked, and it's not just because the game is horrifying necessarily, it's more about the way the game is built and the mechanics of it. Limited ammo, where a save is, what you need to do something. This guy is following you, but you have to move these bookcases, and he's right there, and you just have to keep circling the room, hoping that eventually he will lose track of you. Like things like that that challenge the way we view horror in video games, which is what the best Resident Evil games do. As far as living up to the original, I feel this surpasses it. As being a modern game, after 1,000 other zombie games, this is still best of the bunch. I love this game. I had such a great time with it. I definitely recommend it, especially if you love the Resident Evil titles. I'm going to give Resident Evil 2 a 9.5 out of 10. I have only one small little nitpick with the game, and it's basically the lighting. Her flashlight in hallways sometimes is just not powerful enough. And I found myself squinting a lot and trying to look at things. And I get that that's also sort of a part of the game. It makes it more scary. But after a while, it was like I need just a little more light. That's the tiniest little nitpick I have with the game. And that's about it. I would really recommend you guys checking this out. Thank you so much as always for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.